Yola, what's up? What it do? Soul fam, welcome to K&M Witchery or Readings by K&M. That's me. Hi, I'm Kat Nicoletta Monroe, for those of y'all who may not know, and this is your spiritual check-in. These timeless readings are designed for y'all to get the clarity, the healing, and the practical spiritual advice towards personal evolution. So if that resonates with you at all, click subscribe, join the tribe, and we can hang out. Seems pretty reasonable. All right, no cards are popping out just yet. I do have the African American Tarot that is speaking out to me today. Said, choose me. I said, okay, no problem. Sat down and away we go. Four of Wands comes out with the Two of Cups in reverse. Four of Wands and Two of Cups in reverse. Well, that's something you don't see very often. And then there is the Ace. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Sorry. All right. Woo. This will not be resonating with everybody. Okay? Like a minute few of y'all who already tune in, because my channel is for like the 1%, okay? So this is like the 5% of the 1%. And all right, I'm gonna stop. All right, breakups, separate ways, finding self, unable to grow with other, conclusion made. Essentially, what I'm picking up is a lot of couples will now be moving away from each other after some pretty solidified attempts, okay? When the Four of Wands comes in, that does absolutely speak on a lot of stability. Also, this can be a twin flame card, bringing the two halves together equally and thus having the stability, all four pillars. I just heard we can't fake it anymore. And then there was one. You know, in the last check-in, directly before this, there was a lot of choosing oneself, okay? That was definitely, there's a lot of messages lately about like self-love. And that's just ultimately the way that I go, because one inevitably will equal the other, and your relationships of all kind will get stronger. And well, you identified the weakest link. Like, not to say it so rudely, but I don't know. I just heard I gotta go. So where are y'all going? What's happening? Okay, the Ten of Cups with the Queen of Cups. Okay. Okay. So life didn't exactly pan out the way that you expected it to, right? You hoped for the long term, and perhaps you still do, with a particular person, and nothing. And so trusting your intuition and making a decision to part ways is one that is inevitably leading you towards personal abundance and fulfillment. That's never to say that the person that you are letting go of wasn't enough or was too much or any of that sort. It's the matter of recognizing when there's just a misalignment. Sometimes you really just have to choose yourself. And breakups aren't easy to talk about. Nobody likes them. Obviously, it would be really weird and sadistic if you did like it. And yet the Six of Swords comes out here to be like, we gotta go on our merry way. There's a new path that one must embark on, that you see the other person essentially being like cast out from it, right? There's like a blockage. Like you stay, I go. It's not me, it's you. Which, by the way, it's not anyone. It's misalignment. People change as they grow, you know? And going back to that initial random, I don't know, whatever the heck that was at the beginning, just announcing what this reading really is. When people get very comfortable in relationships, they lack the responsibility of growth, of actually moving forward, and not like levels like, well, now we're supposed to live together, and now we're supposed to get engaged, and now we're supposed to get pregnant, and like none of that. No. I'm talking about like personal growth and evolution, healing aspects of yourself, not it just being companionship to the point of, like I said, just comfort, like having someone to come home to at the end of the night, or like eat some food with once in a while. Like it's beyond that. It's actually allowing yourself to be a kid once in a while, you know, and like feel free. Other times feel as though you have a partner to like ride or die with, you know, and go through the challenges of life with as well. When one person makes that effort in particular on themselves, and the other is unwilling to put in that effort within themselves simultaneously and mirror that and like push forward on that, y'all end up inadvertently projecting things onto each other that no longer align. And now I'm hearing Spice Girls, when two become one. But not in the way that that song intends. All right, so advice for my soul fan. I got 42 on my clock. That's my least favorite number. It's a lucky... Okay, squeaky chair, damn. The Rebel deck came out, so we'll see what's in this for y'all. Messages for the soul fam tuning in. What do they need to hear? I had a flip. That little voice inside you, listen to that shit. You got a feeling you just can't shake. Trust your intuition. It comes right back down to that wish fulfillment, okay? The Queen of Cups in an upright position, in a healthy position, okay? This could make you a water sign or be dealing with a water sign. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case. Don't get stuck on that kind of stuff. But nevertheless, she is in tune with herself. She prioritizes herself and knows, regardless of gender, and knows that what she puts into herself, she's able to put out more of, right? The healthier, the happier, the more stamina she has, the more she's able to be around people, to help people, to support people, to be that generator of love and kindness and happiness. And sometimes it feels as though your cup just runs dry. You give and you give and you give, and it's not reimbursed in a way that matches the frequency that you have now evolved into. Perhaps you require more or less. And so, it's with a heavy heart that this girl on YouTube is saying, yeah, you're making the right choice if you're looking to move away from someone, okay? And the fact that the Four of Wands is still here shows me that you're actually going to regain more stability. This could be, although I'm not really sensing third parties, but for some of y'all, just because I think this is the Tower card, it could very well mean that someone could be leaving a relationship to jump into another. That could happen to some of y'all, okay? It's a general reading after all. But for those of y'all tuning in, I think that you're really kind of doing this for yourself. And if someone comes along, then so be it, you know? But it's not intentional is what I'm sensing here, okay? It's not like someone's avoiding taking their responsibility, unless that could be the case and why you might be leaving, because someone's just like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, okay, damn. All right. But for the other people out there, it could be, in fact, like the avoidant tendency to jump into one relationship after the other, right? Which is, it's kind of funny because you would think people who have like avoidant tendencies would be single for a prolonged period of time, where actually it's the reverse, because you avoid doing the work within yourself, right? Like this whole runner-chaser dynamic really only happens within ourselves, and it just gets reflected in our relationships and things like that. So in any case, that could be the case. And just follow your heart anyways, okay? If a soulmate comes along later on or soon after and actually makes you feel good and makes you feel stable, great. If nobody comes along for a little while, that's great too. Either way, the stability is still there. The ultimate fulfillment is here, okay? Like 10 of Cups is looking about your entire life and being like, damn, like I made it. I'm so happy. I am thrilled, duh. All because you listened to your intuition and you knew when a chapter is closed. That's very brave. Okay? I know some people mistaken emotions as weakness. Couldn't be farther from the fucking truth, okay? Someone who has and holds the emotional intelligence knows when something is incredibly toxic, and I think y'all have been learning that, and it still hurts. I can crack jokes all I want in this reading, like I'm sensing like a lot has occurred. I had put away I shuffled. That's what happened. I put away the tower, but it came out. We saw that. So when a tower comes into play, it's like a burst of thunder, right? Sometimes it hits the same place multiple times, you know, where they say like lightning doesn't strike twice. It sure does. Like there's a lot of points in the world that lightning hits because they're up really high and it's right there, you know? But anyways, the opportunities of that happening are completely sporadic. We have no idea when it's going to happen, right? Surprise, motherfucker. And lightning hit one too many times. You've had many epiphanies about leaving for a while. So if you can't shake it and you're ruminating on something, consider it, right? Especially because I'm sensing y'all have done everything you possibly could have. So what else is left? The 8 of Swords comes in here. The 8 of Swords came out in the last daily, didn't it? Yep, not a daily check-in. Whatever this is. I do dailies on Patreon. Join that if you like. The link is down below. This is a mental game, okay? You can change your mind at any point, at any time. And yet you're out here chasing demons. For why? You can't tame your demons, okay? So stop fighting them. Okay, let's do this. You were never broken. How does that feel? So stop treating yourself like you're broken, like you need fixing. The healing comes naturally, as is intended for you, through experiences, okay? It's not through rumination. That's not healing, that's just intellectualizing. And you running from yourself, trying to convince yourself that you should stay or you should go or you shouldn't do this or you should do this, and it's counteractive to the thing that you know is required of you right now. Like you cannot shake it, right? You become entrapped by false perceptions of self and of even the partner. You could be falling in love with a potential, but what a potential is a reflection of yourself in their shoes. What you would do if you were them. But they are their own entity as well, right? You can only control yourself. And you are whole, as you are. Drop the dependency. Because the right things will fill up the space that you willingly let go of, especially because this will is now divinely guided. It's intuitively guided. I'm pretty sure even your friends and your family are going, yo, what are you doing? So go towards this 10 of Cups, okay? Move away from the 8 of Swords. It's just rumination. It's limerence. So before it gets more chaotic for you and you actually manifest more of the chaos that you are convincing yourself doesn't exist or are ruminating on and thus manifesting on its own, do what actually makes you happy. Plant new roots. Everywhere you step, there your roots are. Remain grounded in yourself. Be in flow consistently with yourself and all that you feel. We got a lot of wands. We have the Page as well as the Knight of Wands coming out. Who you fighting? Passion has a multitude of definitions for me. Passion could be murderous. It could be artistic. It could be sexual. The question here comes into personal tactic. How are you going to play with your flame, that inner power of yours? How are we going to transmute it? Are we going to transmute it into anger and vengeance and further chaos? Are we going to transmute it into art and create? Wands, after all, are fire. This is soul. This is creation. It's also destruction. Whatever shall it be? That part's up to you. Choose wisely. And do what it is that you gotta do, okay? If you want something personal, precise and concise, canonwitchery.com is where you book with me. Please know that this is a YouTube reading after all. Okay, take only what resonates, if at all. So let me know in the comments down below. Drop down a white heart just to send some love to yourself and have that reflect and expand onward. And I'll see you guys in another reading. I hope it didn't resonate, to be honest, but I hope it does in a way because, like, you got some good stuff awaiting you. So that's my conclusion. Bye. Thanks for tuning in.